And you guys, it's day number 110 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. I'm here every single day here in the year 2022, hopping into an ice bath. Because it's kind of what I do now, get into an ice bath every day. This is the Morozco Forge. And yeah, big old beautiful chunks of ice. In fact, about 2 hours ago, I had to break up some humongous chunks. And so I am never without ice in this ice bath. I've had the filtration on since I did my ice bath yesterday, so the water is constantly filtered. I love this ice bath. And so yes, day number 110, you guys. If you have not been joining me on these videos, welcome, by the way. I see a lot of the regulars are already here. Thank you for always being here, you guys, and supporting my work. What I do here is I get into an ice bath. So let's see what the temperature is today. Today we're looking at 32.5 degrees Fahrenheit, aka very cold. And I'm going to put my body into there for 5 minutes. So if you're brand new to this, I get in, I freak out like everybody does. Everybody freaks out when they first get into an ice bath or a cold shower. You breathe through it. So you'll see me the first minute and a half, 2 minutes, I will be breathing like very heavily, slowly, trying to calm down my nervous system. And then once you calm down, you're cool, you're okay. And you'll see me lift my hands out of the water about 3 or 4 minutes in, because my hands get overwhelmed with the cold, so I do lift those out of the water. That's the modifications that I make so I can do this. All right, but today, you guys, I always talk about a topic to educate you on ice baths or some mindset aspect of this. Today, I've got something that you need to do, all right? So listen closely. Listen up here. I want you to do, for the 5 minutes that I'm in the ice bath, you guys watch me get in an ice bath every day. And if you're watching on the replay, this applies to you too. So you watch me get into this thing, and I do 5 minutes of a very hard thing, don't I? Right? So yesterday, one of my regular followers here is Kira. And Kira, at the end of me doing my 5 minutes and we were out on the walk, she said, Jimmy, just so you know, while you were in the ice bath, I decided to plank on my forearms for 5 minutes. I was like, what? And she said, I wanted to do something hard too, because if you do hard things, I want to do hard things. So today I'm challenging you to do a hard thing for the 5 minutes that I'm in there. Now, you may not be able to if you're driving or if you're at work or whatever, but I want you to challenge yourself to do something hard. You can define what that means. It doesn't have to be an ice bath. It doesn't have to be a plank, but do something that challenges you for the next 5 minutes. So if you're willing to do that, tell me what you did below, but I want you to get ready to do it. Whatever it is, go get whatever you need to make this happen, whatever this hard thing is. And I want to hear the creativity here in just a minute. But it's time for Jimmy to get in the ice bath, because I'm just standing out here in the air and I want to get in the cold water. So 5 minutes of something hard. As you know, I put 5 minutes on the clock. So start when I get in the water. And then I want you to finish up once you hear that beep, 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 beep. And if you want to do the big woo like Jimmy does at the end of his ice bath, you can do that too. 5 minutes on the clock, guys. Get ready to do something hard. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And here we go. Okay, you guys. So that's 2 minutes. Whatever hard thing you're doing, by the way. And if you came in late, we're doing a hard things challenge today. My great friend Kira, who's a regular watcher on here, she told me yesterday while I was in the ice bath, she plopped down on the floor and did forearm planks for the 5 minutes. And she said, if you're doing something hard, I want to do something hard too. And look, I love all of you that watch me on this video every day and you watch the replay and all that. Thank you guys for that. Thank you for your support. But it's kind of frivolous of this challenge if you yourself don't feel compelled to do something hard. Now, obviously, I'm trying to get your body cold, vis-a-vis ice baths, cold showers, whatever. Just some way to make yourself cold. I'm trying to encourage that by showing this daily. But it's not even just about the cold. It's about doing the hard things. Because if you challenge yourself to do hard things, and then you're able to overcome that thing that you thought was hard, you're able to do it, you're able to accomplish it. Guys, I think we underestimate how much that impacts us mentally. Because when you do something that's hard, and then you're able to do that thing, and you make the hard seem simple, when the next thing comes along that is truly hard, how hard is it going to seem? It's not going to be that hard at all. So the whole purpose of this Do Hard Things challenge is make yourself do something that you don't think you're capable of, but you do it anyway. And here's the worst part. You fail. That's the very worst part. You fail. You don't accomplish the hard thing. You really can't do it. But you tried. What's the best thing that can happen? You did it. You beat it. You proved to yourself that you can do a hard thing. You proved that you're capable of doing hard things. And that's all this ice bath is about for me. Can Jimmy Moore get in here for 5 minutes in 32 degrees? Everybody that I told about this challenge who don't follow me on Instagram and follow this, everybody I've told, they're like, I don't know how you're doing it. And I said, because I do hard things. And this is every single day that I get in here and I'm doing hard things. All right, let me go under. Speaking of another hard thing. Oh, that was fun, guys. That was so much fun. All right, I'll set you down. And we're going to stick a shirt on. We're going to rock this joint. So yeah, if you just came in, it's day 110 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. 110 days in a row, you guys, of starting off my year with an ice bath for 5 minutes. 5 minutes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm pretty proud of that. And I'm just getting started. I mean, look, 365. I'm not even a third of the way through 365 days. But in some ways, it feels like I've done this forever. And then other ways, it seems like I'm just getting started. So if you came in late, the topic I talked about today was inspired by my friend Kira, who is on here now. She's been on here every day. She's one of my big super fans. I adore you, Kira. Thank you for always being here. And she's a great friend of mine. She said, after the ice bath yesterday, she said, you know, I did 5 minutes of like forearm plank. I was like, say what? Yeah, I did a plank and rocking the crock again. I did a plank, and I stayed on the plank on my forearms until you were done with the ice bath. I was like, whoa. Now that is a hard thing you just did, because I don't even think I can do that. Give me the ice bath over planks on my forearms, but that was hard for Kira. And so today I challenged you guys, and if you came in late, sorry you missed this. I guess you could make up for it now if you want to do something hard, but I challenged you to do something hard for that 5 minutes that I'm in the ice bath. Well, you can do it now. You could do it now if you wanted to, but do things hard, because we need to start challenging ourselves. We need to start doing things that we believe are hard. Look, things are only hard because we believe they are hard. That is a social construct in our brains where we tell ourselves that we're incapable of certain things. So as much as I would hate trying to do a forearm plank for 5 minutes, I sure would try it. And here's the thing that holds people back from doing hard things. They think, well, what if I fail? And I'm like, yeah, what if you fail? So what? So what? What if I don't stay in the ice bath for 5 minutes? Yeah, so what? I made it 2 minutes. Is that any less of an accomplishment? Nope. Still a hard thing. Still did something I was not able to do or didn't think I was able to do prior. So if I tried to do forearm planks and I only made it 30 seconds because I couldn't breathe anymore, that's 30 more seconds than doing nothing. So we have to stop limiting what we think we're capable of. That's one thing I've learned on this ice bath challenge is I'm capable of way more than even I knew. And I already didn't limit much of my belief about myself. I've been a go-getter for most of my life, and I've accomplished a lot of really cool things. And so even I have room to not be so limiting in what I think I'm capable of. And I want you to have that mindset as well. It's something that will serve you well. So hopefully you did some hard things. If you did, leave a comment below. Let me know what you did today, and let's see how creative you got. All right. Sharon's here. Kira's here. Kathy. CLB. Nutrient Dense Teas. That rhymed. Dawn Marie. Maurice. Sharon says 110. Wowzer. Yes. 110. CC Guide Dogs is here. CMA, Gillis, Nikki, Don Marie's giving me lots of fire emojis. Thank you for that. Jay Garriga, Melanie, Basque Blue, Courtney, Carrie, Gimco, Majala. That would be Curtis. Nature, Courtney says, on it. 50-pound kettlebell swings. That's a heavy, heavy kettlebell, by the way. I've done 30, and I was just like, but 50-pound kettlebell swings, loving my ice bath after my noon sunshine. It gets me the boost to get through the rest of the day. That's cool, Courtney. Very, very nice. But 50-pound kettlebell swings, did you do that for 5 minutes? That's definitely a challenge. I need to get back to kettlebell swings. My right shoulder has been giving me a lot of trouble. I've been going to the chiropractor to try to help with it, and it's nominally better, but I still have just this, I think there's a nerve in there that's getting pinched. And so I'm doing all kind of massage and chiropractic to try to fix that. But once I can get that rotator cuff situation done, I definitely want to swing some kettlebells myself. Soon. Mr. Ant Nice. Courtney says, I say ice bath, I mean cold bath, not icy yet. Hey, it's icy to you. Speaking of doing hard things defined by you. So a cold bath for you right now would be an ice bath. And look, if it mentally helps you feel more badass to call it an ice bath, call it an ice bath. I'm sure it feels like ice when you get in there. You're as cold as ice, willing to sacrifice. I struggle to keep it below 50, adding ice a few times a week. Yes. But look, if it's 55, 60 degrees, it's still cold. And it's cold enough. You're definitely getting some great benefits at that temperature. Obviously, if you can push it a little lower, maybe down to the 40s, that would be even better. Don't go crazy like Jimmy Moore until you've built to that level. And you're getting there. You're getting there. All right, Candy says, wall sit. Yes. Guys, if you've never done a wall sit, it looks like it's so easy. You literally just put your back up against the wall and you sit down and you're pushing up against the wall. And if you've never done that before, 5 minutes is intense. So good job, Candy, on that one. 5 minutes. I got cold and she felt the burn. Let's just put it that way. So that's a great one. Thank you for sharing that one. It's a good way to push yourself. That's for sure. Mr. Turtle Shell, C. Canoy, Ashley, and Nutrient Dense Tea said, I did crunches. Oh my gosh. You guys are stepping it up with the fitness, hard fitness stuff. I don't know that I could do all these things that you guys, maybe the wall sits I could do, but the plank, crunches, but kudos to you. That's awesome. Mama Ors is here. Vicky Kira says, thank God for the woo. I was shaking in the last minute of the forearm plank. So Kira did it again today, you guys. I should punk you one day and put like 8 minutes on the clock. Kira, you would kill me if I did this. I should punk you and put 8 minutes on the clock. You'd be like, Jimmy, is it 5 minutes yet? Are you sure? No, I wouldn't do that to you. Or would I? Sharon says, I did my 5-pound weights with squats. Sharon, that is beautiful. Reminder to those of you who aren't regulars, Sharon is 77 years old. Doing air squats at 77 years old for 5 minutes, Sharon. Nobody your age is doing air squats. Hardly anybody, let's put it that way. And then to add 5 pounds to it, that's really cool, girl. That's really cool. Kathy David says, I stood one leg for balance. Ooh. Then the other. Okay, you like balance one, balance the other. That is a challenge. Goal is to do it without touching the ground with the raised leg. I did have to keep touching the ground. It was hard. Hey, look. Hard is hard for a reason. We call it hard for a reason. It's difficult. And when something is difficult and you're just starting on it and it's something that you haven't been able to master yet, you make modifications. Just like I pull my hands up out of the water as a modification so I can continue the rest of my body getting the ice bath. That's okay. No, what you did is badass. And look, here's the thing I want all of you to remember. You do something hard, you're going to feel badass. Please do not fool yourself into believing, well, I didn't do as hard as I needed to, and I was going to do this, but then I only did this. Well, the only is still hard. So kudos to everybody who's done this. I wasn't sure how many were going to be as inspired as Kira, but Kira, look what you started, my dear. You started a revolution here of people trying hard things. Good job. Good job, Kathy. Courtney says, I'm dead on the floor now. Yes, y'all are all like, okay, Jimmy, thanks for that. Sharon says, a plank is a very hard one. Bravo to Kira. Yes. Yes, plank is badass. Bulletproof is here. Go, Jimmy. Courtney says, develop mental resilience through conquering physically hard stuff. There's such a connection. It is such a connection. People tell me all the time, they're like, what are you getting out of that? I don't see what you're getting out of that. I'm like, you may not see what I'm getting out of it, but I can tell you, I will kick your ass at anything now. That's what I'm getting out of it. There is such a confidence building momentum in your mind when you conquer something like an ice bath or all the things that you guys have been doing. And mentally, you do get stronger from doing physically challenging things. And I think we live in such a, and forgive the expression, but it's true. We live in a mamby-pamby society that likes to be coddled, and they're never putting themselves in any kind of perceived danger. Everything has to land softly. I mean, I don't have kids, but this whole notion that we got to put kids in a bubble, never let them feel hurt or harm. And I'm like, no, letting them feel hard things and hurt and harm, that's how they learn how to be stronger. That's how they become resilient. Like, none of us want to see them hurt or harmed or struggle, but those are the moments that make you into a stronger, more resilient, able to handle things in life human being. And so we have people grow into adults and they never have to experience hardships and difficult things. So then we have to do things like pop into an ice bath to mimic that, to now build that kind of resilience. But you're right. There is a huge connection. Kira says, the funny thing is while you are not speaking in the ice bath, that's the part where I can still talk. And when you start talking is when I'm just breathing during the plank. Yeah, it's opposite with the plank. That's true, Kira. It took me about 2 minutes to calm down my brain today. It's been really cold in there lately. I don't know if my cold adaptation has gotten to the point where maybe I'm feeling the cold more than I usually do. I don't know what's going on, but I am feeling the cold a lot more than I usually do. And so I take my time. I know I've got a topic to talk about, but I don't rush that. If I feel like I'm still like hyped up, I will always calm my brain completely down before I start talking. So if you hear me talking, I've been able to successfully calm the brain down. But that's interesting. You're able to talk for the first couple minutes, but then the last 3 minutes, you're just like, breathe, get through it, breathe. That makes sense. BDNF guys here. Alice, Jen, I go by Faith, James, Sheila. Courtney says, I couldn't even concentrate on what he was saying anymore. Yeah. That's funny. Thomas is here. More moolah. Emily. Kira says, great job for everyone on the hard things. Thank you, Jimmy, for the inspiration. Hey, and you inspired everybody today. So those of you that came in late, we are on day number 110 of this 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. I'm getting into an ice bath of 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 5 minutes every single day in 2022. And yesterday, my friend Kira is on here. She's always supportive of these ice baths and gives great comments. She said, Jimmy, while you were in the ice bath, I did 5 minutes of planking on my forearms. And I was like, whoa. I said, Kira, you just gave me an idea for another video, which is what we're doing today. Kira's idea of the Do Hard Things Challenge. So if you came in late, basically what you need to do is 5 minutes of doing something that you define as hard. It doesn't have to be an ice bath. It doesn't have to be anything special. Sorry, I saw a vehicle behind me and I was trying to get out of his way. You don't have to do anything special like an ice bath or anything like that. Just do something that will challenge you and that you define as being hard. And we've had some great examples today. If you missed it, go back and watch the replay. But great examples, most of them physical challenges. And that's great. I love it. I wonder if somebody would take up the challenge. And again, do this, even if you're watching the replay. If somebody would take up the challenge of doing deep breathing exercises for 5 minutes. So concentrate on breathing in fully through your nose. So you distend your gut and fill up with air. and then blow out. And just breathe for 5 minutes. That might not seem like it's hard. Wait till you get into it. Wait till about a minute or two in and you start kind of going, whoa. Because we don't fully oxygenate our bodies. And that would be a challenge. So that's a simple one for those of you that don't like all the physical ones that have been named here. Just breathe. Make that your challenge. Jen is here. Jerry is here. Kira said, I didn't start this. This is all you and your fault. Guilty as charged then. Thank you for that. Dada Mintz is here. MDC. More Moolah says hi. RDH is here. Free Wildling. So yeah, you guys, hopefully you were inspired by me and Kira today to do hard things. And I'm always going to push you to do hard things. You guys know that part of this challenge that I've done has been, I want you to do things that push you. And so hopefully watching this crazy man on camera today do something really hard and challenging you to do something hard too inspired you. That is the goal. That is what we're trying to do here. Go cover up my Morozco Forge. For those of you that came in late, you don't know what it looks like. That is the ice bath tank that I get into. I've been cranking it down to 30 degrees lately, you guys. So it would make lots of ice. It's starting to get a lot warmer here in South Kakalaki. I think the highs have been getting up upper 70s, low 80s. So as it gets warmer, I don't want that ice to melt. I like the visual of having lots of ice. And one of the benefits of the Morozco Forge is the guys that made it, they are in Phoenix, Arizona, where it gets to 115 degrees Fahrenheit during the summer. And so they made it specifically so it would be icy and cold, even in the hottest part of one of the hottest places in the world. So that's why I got that one. And that's why I keep all that ice in there. I want to make sure that it continues to be the challenge that I need it to be. And it is. It's still very much a challenge to get into the cold. I don't care how adapted you get to something that is hard, it's still going to be a challenge. And that's good. I think about like professional athletes who are very good at what they do. But even they don't always have a great game. Even they, I'm thinking about basketball because I'm an NBA basketball fan. Even they can shoot up 20 shots and miss 18 of them. Yeah. Whereas they're normally, shooting up 20 shots and making, 14, 15 of them. So don't beat yourself up if in the day-to-day of the things you're trying to challenge yourself with that you're not 100% successful with it. Don't beat yourself up about it. Roll with it. Roll with the punches. Realize that's part of the process. Part of the hard, part of the challenge, you guys, is that when you have a day like that it doesn't make you give up. I think that's what happens for a lot of people is they give up at that moment. Well, see, I knew this was too much. This was too hard. So they give up. Or in the ice bath, cold shower kind of thing, they get into a cold shower and they hate it the first time they try to go in because they went too cold too fast or they didn't breathe well. They didn't calm their mind. And so they try it once, maybe twice, and they go, nope, I tried that. That was too much. No, you didn't. You didn't try it well. Start warmer in the temperature and just work your way up, or in this case, down to the temperature that works for you. Courtney says, you better make these last few minutes a reel because you're preaching fire. Thank you. I do try to make some nice reels out of these videos, but thank you for that, Courtney. All right, let me get out of here for now, you guys. I'm drip drying here for my bottom side, so we're going to take those off and get dry and enjoy the rest of the night. I've got an interview, not for my show, but for someone else's podcast. I've got an interview at 5 a.m. tomorrow. So I've got a dilemma because my biphasic sleeping, I usually go to bed around 7:30, 8 o'clock, wake up around 12:30, 1 o'clock, stay up for a few hours, go back to sleep around 4:30, and then wake up at 7:30. Well, how am I going to get that? How am I going to get that 5 o'clock one? So I may try to force myself to stay up later so that I sleep later till maybe like 3 or 3:30, and then I stay up through the podcast. Anyway, we'll work it out. But yes. Dawn Marie says, great interview at 2 today. Yeah, if you missed Sally Norton, she's the oxalate lady. She had lots of knowledge to share. So hope you can go back and watch that and listen to that. Marcus is here. Emily says, bye, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. Parkman's here, the Freeze and Walk. Emily says, yeah, at that time of morning, you've already been up for a while. Nap time interview, boo. Yes, 5 o'clock in the morning is not really that early for Jimmy Moore, because I am usually up obscenely early in the day. But when you wake up, you probably see I have several posts already up, because that's stuff I've done in the middle of the night with that biphasic sleep that I do. All right, guys, let me seriously get out of here for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or even here on Instagram on the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. Be sure to go and subscribe. Go follow me over on Instagram. Livin' Low Carb Man is my username over on Instagram, and I would love to have you follow me. We do go live at 5 p.m. Eastern for these ice baths. I do a lot of work here, not just the ice bath, but the ice bath's what everybody's taking a look at right now. I do a lot of interviews. I do a lot of things, and so come follow me over on Instagram. Would love to have you. All right, I'm out of here for now. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, everyone.